Hey peeps, it's Jedd here from Disrupt Tutoring, and as always, it's such a pleasure to join you. Today we're going to deal with a graph question, and with that in mind, let's dive straight in. So they've given us this diagram, and they've said there's a graph of f and a graph of g, and then they've given us a point where the two graphs intersect. Now they've asked us to determine the equation of h if h is the reflection of f about the x-axis, and then translated 3 units to the right. They've said to us, leave your answer very specifically in the form of h of x equals a x plus p squared plus q. Now, very importantly, they've given us the specific instruction, and that specific instruction is essentially telling us to complete the square. So my advice would be to complete the square first and then do the translations to get to h. All right, so let's have a look. F of x, let's rewrite it, is equal to negative x squared, negative x plus 6, okay? Let's start completing our square. So what I don't like is this negative. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull out the negative, and that's going to give me x squared plus x minus 6. So all I've done is I've changed the signs. Now I'm going to start completing the square. So I'm going to keep these big brackets on the outside. I'm going to open my square bracket, and I'm going to leave my negative 6 on the outside, and I need some space for another term that I need to put in. Right, so I'm going to square root the first term here, and that's going to give me x. I'm then going to halve the coefficient of the second term, and that's going to give me plus a half. And then I need to immediately subtract the square of that so that everything balances. And that is then going to give me negative 1 over 4. All right, good. Let's simplify within these brackets now. 1 over 2 squared. The negative 6 minus a quarter is going to give me negative 25 over 4, and then we multiply our negative in, and that's going to give me negative x plus a half squared, and then this sign changes to plus 25 over 4. Right, so now we have got f of x in the form of its completed square. Right, all we need to do now is find h of x, which is the reflection of f about the x-axis, and then we need to translate it 3 units to the right. So let's do that first. So I'm going to start off by saying h of x is equal to what about f of x? So the first thing they've told us is that f is reflected about the x-axis. So this is our x-axis. This is our f curve. Now, a reflection of f in the x-axis is going to look something like this. And when we see something like that, we can see that all of our x values are going to stay the same, but our y values become negative. So essentially, we know that h of x is going to be negative the whole function of f of x. Then we also know that we've translated f 3 units to the right. And that's always counterintuitively where we use a negative. So it's going to be x minus 3. Perfect. Nicely done. Right, so now all we need to do is plug that into f of x, and that will give us the answer. So what we're going to get is we're going to say, right, negative, all right, then we're going to put in our f of x in the form of its completed square, which is going to be negative, and then we've got x minus 3, where our x is, plus 1 over 2 squared, and then we're going to have plus 25 over 4, and that is the full translation. Now we just need to simplify it. So let's simplify within the brackets first. Okay, so within this first bracket, we've got x, and that's going to be minus 3 plus a half. So if we have minus 3 plus a half, that's going to give us minus 5 over 2. So it's minus 5 over 2, and that's squared, plus 25 over 4. Right, now we're going to multiply that negative in. The negative on the outside, those two become a positive, so we're going to have x minus 5 over 2 squared, and then it becomes negative 25 over 4. So a lot of hard work in this question, but it's really good if you get to the end. A really well-deserved 3 marks. Good job. Very, very good job. Nicely done. We're at the end, and a lot of good understanding is required here. So really good for you to understand this. Have another look at this video. If you're not quite there yet, remember you can reach out to us if you need any help, and we will try our best to give you that help. Very special thank you to our sponsor for making this video possible. Read all about them in the description below. Remember to check out our website for more of these epic tutorial videos. If you can't find the answer to the question that is plaguing your nightmares, remember you can send us the question and we'll respond with a personalized video just for you. Until the next time, stay epic.